Week 4 of the NFL season, we are one day away from a great game between the Minnesota Vikings and the LA Rams. LA Rams are at home, but before I get to that game, what happened last week? You had the Vikings losing to the Bills, the New England Patriots losing to the Lions, which, by the way, the Vikings losing to the Bills kicked me out and kicked 9 other people out of my office survivor pool, which means there are 3 people left after 3 weeks. How crazy is that? Good luck to you 3, by the way. You know who you are. And so you had the Vikings losing. You had New England losing to the Lions. You had the Packers losing to the Redskins. I mean, what? You had the Steelers almost lose to the Buccaneers after the Buccaneers were down by 20. After Ryan Fitzpatrick threw 3 interceptions. What? He had over 400 yards and 3 TDs after he threw 3 interceptions. Well, he had one of them before that, but still. That's ridiculous. Last week was nuts. And I still did pretty well last week. I went 9-7 against the spread, which after last week's craziness, I'm actually pretty happy with. Especially since the Vikings, New England, and the Packers lost. If all 3 of them won, I would have done so well. Because the other games were the ones that were up in the air. They were close games, hard to call. But 9-7 against the spread, I'm pretty happy. And then I went 10-6 straight up. Also, that's great. I wish I was 10-6 against the spread, but still a very good week, moving in the right direction. Now it's just going up from here, which is what my plan is. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Here we go. Vikings versus the Rams. Rams are a 7-point favorite. How nuts is that? I know the Vikings just lost to the Bills. I think the Vikings just got caught in the trap of we don't care about the Bills. They're a terrible team. We'll wing it and figure it out. The Bills came in with a vengeance. Josh Allen played great. I mean, it's just what happens. They're both NFL teams. It's that simple. I think the Vikings come out with a vengeance like the Bills did last week. They put up points early. You see the Rams finally playing a really good team in the Vikings because the other 3 games they've played haven't really been against good teams. So, I mean, they have blown them out. They are the best team, in my opinion, right now because they've beaten the people they're supposed to beat and beat them badly. But still, the Vikings are a different beast. I know they just lost to the Bills, like I said, but Vikings are a different beast. So I think this is going to be a close game. I think that it's going to be really interesting what happens. I think the quarterback with Kirk Cousins as the Vikings quarterback is actually a better option than Jared Goff. I am a huge fan of Sean McVay, but I think the Vikings get the better of the Rams because they're both very similar teams. Now, Todd Gurley is a lot better than the running backs for the Vikings, but I think the Vikings have a good run defense. I think the Vikings are going to pull off the upset in LA. They're going to come out, like I said, with a vengeance, with an absolute vengeance because they're so pissed off and they're really happy that they get to play on Thursday night so quickly removed from that disturbing loss. So the Vikings win. You definitely take them +7 because I definitely think it's going to be a close game. And enjoy the upset. Dean, my roommate, enjoy the win. Next game I'm going to go over is the Jets at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a 7.5-point favorite. I think Jacksonville wins this game. Even though they lost 2 actually last week. How crazy is that? What the hell is going on? Jacksonville, even though they didn't score many points, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are just a better all-around team than the Jets. The Jets could be like Jacksonville in like a year or 2 because they're kind of similarly put together. They have both good secondaries. They have defense. They have pretty good defensive lines. They both don't have great offensive lines, but Jaguars have a better one. They both don't have great quarterbacks. They both have pretty good running backs, especially since Leonard Fournette is out and TJ Yeldon is taking over. So it's pretty good running backs, not great. And I think Jacksonville is going to win, but I think the Jets will keep it close because of their defensive prowess, and they'll be more ready than they were last week against the Browns. And you have the Jets winning this. You have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this game, but you have the Jets +7.5. Next game I'm going to go over is the Cowboys at home versus the Lions. I never like picking the Cowboys. I do not like Dak Prescott. If you stop Ezekiel Elliott, you'll win pretty much. And I know the Lions won last week, but I think the Cowboys at home will win because the Cowboys have a really good running back in Ezekiel Elliott, and the Lions are one of the worst teams against the run this year. So I got the Cowboys winning this game, and you take them -3. The next game I'm going to go over is the Saints versus the Giants. The Giants are at home. The Saints are just a more high-powered offense. The Giants don't have a good enough offense to keep pace. Drew Brees is the third or fourth best quarterback in the league right now. He is just broke the completion record, which is unbelievable for Drew Brees. I got the Saints just overpowering the Giants. The over-under is 50. I'm going to pick the over for this game. You're just not going to be able to stop Michael Thomas, who is on a tear right now with Drew Brees. Alvin Kamara is a beast, and the Saints win this game pretty easily. You win. You take the 3.5 points. And the last game I'm going to go over is the Chiefs versus the Broncos. It's the Monday night game. It's at Denver. Chiefs are a 4.5-point favorite. I'm taking the Chiefs to win. Denver Broncos don't have the offensive firepower yet. I don't think Case Keenum has that cohesion with their wide receivers yet, and Emmanuel Sanders and in Demaryius Thomas. He needs to get going with Demaryius Thomas. I would not be surprised if Denver win this game, because Denver's going to put a lot of pressure on Patrick Mahomes. You have to take that risk. But the Chiefs are probably going to win this game. You take them minus 4.5, but I am very scared of the Denver Broncos. I'm very scared of them because I think they have a chance to win this game. It is not a great matchup for the Chiefs. They're playing probably their best defense they've played all year. I just don't think the Denver Broncos have the offensive firepower to keep up with the Chiefs' offensive firepower. If the Broncos were to win, it's because Von Miller and that defensive line gets to Patrick Mahomes and pressures him and hits him, which is very hard to do in this day and age with the stupid roughing the pass rules. But you know what I mean. Anyway, those are all the games I'm going to go over in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. All of my picks will be in the comment section, in the description section, below. Please comment and subscribe. Thank you so much. I got actually one more subscriber today. Thank you so much for joining. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Have a good night, everybody, and enjoy the football tomorrow.